Welcome to the Education Service Center Region 19 and Rise Federal Credit Union Teacher of the Year Award celebration, an evening of honors. And now, representing 3 consecutive Texas State Teacher of the Year winners from El Paso, Texas. Please welcome tonight's honored guests and ESC19 and Texas Teacher of the Year winners. From Isleta ISD, 2020 Texas Secondary Teacher of the Year, Michelle Sandoval Villegas. From Canutillo ISD, 2021 Texas Secondary Teacher of the Year, Anthony Lopez Waste. And from Isleta ISD, 2022 Texas Secondary Teacher of the Year, Ramon Benavides.
Come together.
I guess we're ready. We're live, right? We're ready to go. How surreal is this? 2 years in the making. We deserve it, right? As a region, we deserve this celebration. How surreal it is to stand next to these two. I remember seeing them on the wall, right here in Region 19. All the other state teachers of the year, region teachers of the year, and now I'm up here with 2 legends. And I just want to thank them for setting the path and inspiring us. Other teachers, and the other teachers that are out there, you are waiting to be announced for the next Regional Teacher of the Year. It's an honor. Celebrate yourself. There's nothing wrong with it. Celebrate yourself, and that goes for everybody as well. Three State Teachers of the Year in the world is no fluke. I'll tell you that much. And how many? I think I heard 13 overall for Region 19. It's without a doubt that Region 19 is the best in Texas. And that's because of you all. Because of you. It starts off, I'll tell you this, teachers are the foundation of our education system, but at the same time, we need reinforcement and we need support. So shout out to all the assistant principals, the principals. Go on, clap them. We gotta celebrate them. Central office personnel, school board members, and most importantly, our superintendents, who set the tone with their leadership. Dr. De La Torre and all the other superintendents that are out there, thank you. Thank you for allowing us to do what we do. Thank you for allowing us to serve our students. And that's why West Texas, El Paso, Region 19 is the best in Texas. Thank you so much.
Good evening, distinguished Teacher of the Year, nominees, honored guests, administrators, and community partners. I am Socorro Rodriguez, and it is an honor to welcome you to the 2023 Education Service Center Teacher of the Year Awards ceremony. After 2 years of virtual separation, it is exciting to once again be immersed in the ambience and energy and enthusiasm as we come together in a collective celebration to honor our educators. Our region's Teacher of the Year represent not only the best in our districts, but are consistently recognized as the best in Texas, as we just saw. These exceptional educators demonstrate a strong passion for their profession and a sincere desire to make a difference in the lives of their students. Our teachers here tonight have gone far and beyond supporting students' basic academic needs, striving to provide the highest quality education in a positive, proactive, and supportive environment. They have been the inspiration and the positive influence to their students, and tonight, 2 will be named the Education Service Center Region 19 Teacher of the Year and will represent our region in Texas for the Texas Teacher of the Year competition. All of our nominees are so deserving of this honor, every single one of them. And we proudly celebrate you in this evening of honors. So, Teachers of the Year, tonight is your night. So celebrate. Thank you. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome a pioneer in innovative education who championed dual credit programs and the first early college program in our community. Recognized throughout the region for his inspirational leadership and advocacy for the success of our students, teachers, and administrators. ESC19 Executive Director, Dr. Armando Aguirre.
Good evening. It is an honor. Well, I guess I shouldn't lean on this, huh? It is an honor to be here in front of everyone and having this moment to celebrate what we know are the best teachers in the state. You know, that's proven by the 3 individuals that were up here earlier today. You can't beat the teachers of Region 19. I do want to say congratulations to all our districts and all our teachers within our region. You know, what you're going to see tonight is just the tip of the iceberg. There are a handful of teachers who have done fantastic things and are being celebrated and recognized for their work. But behind each one of these teachers is a solid group of individuals who are doing the same work day in and day out for all the students in our region. We're fortunate. We're fortunate that their mindset is in the right place. They're here to do what's right for children, and can't beat that. I'm fortunate that I get to see how this happens throughout. I go to meet with the commissioner once a month. And in my conversations with my colleagues, I hear of the shortcomings. But what's beautiful about our region and our districts is that we're not here for excuses. They take the challenges as opportunities to move the needle forward. And I see that from each and every one of our districts. So there's much to celebrate. But getting back to the teachers, when you see what they've done and where they're at, think back for the last 2 years, they had to do, prior to this last year, they had to work virtually. Even that became part of the bigger picture. They didn't just take it in stride and say, well, this is another thing we have to do. They actually took that as another opportunity to build on their skills, build on another tool that they can then utilize moving forward. And I tell you, where they're at now, based on where they were before the pandemic, it's amazing. I'm gonna kind of share a little bit. I'm sure you guys have already heard, when it comes to Region 19, every single one of our districts was rated B or higher. And I definitely don't want to steal anybody's thunder, so I'm not going to get into the actual ratings or anything like that. I'm going to leave that to every district to do. But let me say that we do have four A-rated districts. And of course, none of that could have happened without the wonderful and exceptional teachers that we have in our region. And tonight, we celebrate those who were selected by the districts as the representative of the wonderful and amazing teachers that we have throughout the region. These 25 are the ones that will be recognized tonight and will be the ones that will lead us moving forward. And I have no doubt that with the work they do, that again, we have an opportunity to be leading the state and have another state champion. So I hope you have a wonderful evening. Enjoy the moment. Enjoy each and every one of these great individuals that will be up here. And let's cheer them all on, regardless of where they're at from. Because at the end of the day, they're from Region 19. They're from our city and from El Paso County and Hudspeth County. And that means a lot to us. Because this is our corner of the world. Let's make it work for us. So once again, congratulations to all our teachers. Welcome everyone, and let's enjoy the moment.
Ladies and gentlemen, returning to recognize our special guests, the 2020 and 2021 and 2022 Teachers of the Year. Here are Michelle Sandoval Villegas, Anthony Lopez Waste, and Ramon Benavides.
So what an honor to be here today and everybody in this room to be celebrated. Everybody that's in this room has a great privilege and honor to be celebrated, not only because of their resiliency, but because of their passion and dedication. So I know that we're here today in person having this big party, but unfortunately, some of our winners in the previous years did not get that celebration. So at this time, if you are a 2021-2022 Teacher of the Year winner, please stand up.
Stand up, stand up, stand up.
There we go. Although your celebrations may have been virtual, that doesn't mean that we stop celebrating you. We are so proud of all the hard work and dedication that you put forth and showed the resiliency every single day, even through a pandemic. Even through all the times that everyone said, "Miss, hey, you're on mute." So I really hope I wasn't on mute just then. So I'd like to just congratulate you on your hard work. I know all of you here are sitting anxious and waiting for the next big thing. And us three here show the testament of what El Paso Strong and El Paso really represents. So again, let's give it up again and give them a big round of applause. So the time has come. Are we ready? We don't sound ready. Are we ready? There we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, here to recognize our valued sponsors of tonight's ESC19 and RISE Federal Credit Union Teacher of the Year Evening of Honors. Here is ESC19 Board Chair, Fred Sanchez.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, I did what Dr. Aguirre did here with this thing. It's not in place. Anyway, welcome everybody and good evening. It is such an honor to be part of this evening of honors and to recognize our teachers who have gone above and beyond in delivering a quality learning experience to each and every one of the scholars. Tonight, we are in the presence of greatness, great teachers inspiring not only the success of their students, but that of the community unity, a community that is represented in tonight's sponsors who have come together and supported the Region 19 Teacher of the Year events. And those sponsors believe in our teachers and value of a quality education, and I would like to acknowledge them at this time. Castro Enterprises, McDonald's. National Education Systems, NES. Inspiration Motivation Applications, LLC. Finally, there are many contributions and efforts that go into providing this very special event. There is one dedicated sponsor who goes above and beyond after year to honor our Teachers of the Year winners and nominees. I would like to recognize our title sponsor, a respected leader in the community and a longtime advocate and supporter of our teachers and Region 19 Teachers of the Year Awards. Rice Federal Credit Union CEO and President Max Villaronga.
Buenas noches, good evening. How's everybody doing? You ready? What an honor it is to be amongst all of you, such outstanding and admirable educators. The work you do every day is inspiring. I had the privilege to listen to your personal stories at the meet and greet. Each is truly special. You show passion for your work and dedicate yourself to each child in their growth and knowledge. You devote yourself to enriching and developing our youth's minds and constantly provide hope for their future. Over 86 years ago, TFCU, or El Paso Area Teachers Federal Credit Union, started with 7 educators during the Great Depression. They wanted to establish strong roots in our community and make the philosophy of people helping people true. We are excited to honor this history with our new name. As many of you already know from attending your district's convocation, TFCU is now Rise Federal Credit Union. We are growing to help our community move into the future. At Rise, we guide you to focus on what could be and help you get there. As a proud sponsor of Region 19 Teacher of the Year for 18 years, we continue to uphold the same values, the same passion, and the same dedication to you, our educators. Every year, we award each nominee a $100 cash prize, $500 for our third place winners, $1,000 for our second place winners, and $1,500 for our Region 19 Teacher of the Year winners. We also partner with the Sun Bowl Association to allow our teachers to be recognized by our entire community at the annual Thanksgiving parade. Each school year, we offer special rates on loans and credit cards to support your back-to-school expenses in the classroom. We know it's expensive. To provide financial education, we provide you with free online financial education courses through our partnership with Bonsai. Students as young as 8 years old can learn the fundamentals of budgeting and saving money, and eventually learn about borrowing and credit at the high school level. We will provide the tools and resources you need to easily incorporate these courses into your class curriculum. The courses are really fun, and the program is stress-free for you as teachers, allowing you to provide our youth with crucial life lessons. We have also developed excellent relationships with each of our Region 19 superintendents, from Anthony ISD to Tornillo ISD and all the awesome districts in between. We have provided our high schools with over $100,000 in donations to help support our students' clubs, sports, and organizations with our High School Spirit debit card program. And that's just been in the first 2 years. Imagine what we can do and achieve together in the future. When we announced our new name, we wanted to ensure that our roots were well planted and continuously cared for. That is why Rise is investing in you with the Rise Up Professional Development Grant. we will award a $3,500 grant to one teacher in each Region 19 school district. That means 12 teachers will have the opportunity to continue their professional development, and Rise Federal Credit Union will cover the expenses of your conference, travel, food, and hotel accommodations. We are excited for the future and all that we can accomplish together. But tonight, I invite you to join me as we celebrate you, our distinguished and honorable Teachers of the Year. Thank you again for your dedication to growing and nurturing our youth into the future leaders of tomorrow. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, returning to recognize our 2022 Superintendent of the Year, here is Dr. Armando Aguirre.
So the last time I was up here, I mentioned to you about how awesome our teachers are, and definitely meant it. But every district also has a superintendent. And those superintendents are given the task of running what we consider the most valuable individuals in our lives, our children. And of course, the teachers follow suit and do their part. But right now, we'd like to recognize the superintendents who were nominated by their boards to be Superintendent of the Year. So I'd like to, if they're in the audience, if they could please stand. From Anthony ISD, Dr. Oscar Troncoso. From Canutillo ISD, Pedro Galaviz. From Fabens ISD, Dr. Veronica Vigil. And let me tell you before I announce the winner, these individuals are four of a group of 12 individuals who, as far as I'm concerned, are the best in the state. And I shared that with them yesterday, and I wanted to share that with you all today. We're fortunate. We have great superintendents that are really focused on the right task, hence why our districts are doing so well. So, without further ado, our 2023 Superintendent of the Year, from San Elizario ISD, Dr. Jeannie Mesa Chavez.
Buenas noches. Empiezo en español porque sigue siendo mi primer idioma. Y espero que no me ganen las emociones, pero aquí tengo a mi papá, tengo a mi familia. Y yo recuerdo una vez en mi adolescencia que mi padre me dijo que él quería ver el nombre Mesa muy en alto. Y nunca quise defraudarlo y aquí estamos. Desde chiquita yo le he dicho a mi papá pariente. Pariente, esto es para el nombre, ahora es Mesa Chávez, pero se lo dedico a mi familia. So I stand here with the support. I can tell you that I could absolutely not be here if it were not for the support of my family. And they're going to absolutely hate that I do this, but I would like my husband, Jesus Chavez, my boys, Emmanuel and Isaiah, please stand. They are over there, and anybody who knows my husband, they know that it's been an interesting journey, and raising boys along with him has been an interesting journey too. You know, I stood here well, not here because we were at the Civic Center, but this is my second time receiving this award. I won in 2017, and I would like to thank, trustees who take the time to nominate their superintendents, because the individuals that were nominated along with me deserve the recognition as well. So I'd like a big applause for my colleagues who were also nominated. When I was here in 2017, I had my first teacher with me, and that is when I was making the transition from the Tornillo Independent School District, and I see the board members right there, so thank you. And they nominated me then, and I was transitioning to San Elizario. I had my mother, my first teacher, from the womb that I shared with my twin sister. She always taught me to work hard. And although she is no longer with us, I know that she has a very special place that she is looking here and saying, wow, she did it again. Like Mr. Benavides said, I just got to meet him backstage, and he's actually who I found out that I had won when he retweeted a TASA tweet. I did not know that I had won yet, and so I think it's pretty cool from one champion to the other that I got to hear that I was Superintendent of the Year from Mr. Benavides, so thank you. I want to thank our Board of Trustees from the San Elizario Independent School District for nominating me. And I know that we have a lot of San Elizario folks from everywhere, somewhere in here, but I would like my colleagues from the San Elizario Independent School District to please stand. Wherever you are, please stand. I share this with you. I also want to be able to thank, and I know she's going to absolutely hate this, but she is a teacher, and she is a teacher of pre-K 4 students in the Isleta Independent School District. But my second teacher, my big sister Sandra Isabel Mesa Luevano, who is right there, I'd like her to stand, because she doesn't like, she's told me that she would never want to do my job, but it is because of her that I understood that college was no other option. It is because of her who continues to encourage me, and with her along with my brother-in-law, Jim Luevano. When I lost my mom, I can tell you that I didn't think I could continue to do this job as superintendent, because it is hard. When I started the journey as superintendent, my boys were 4 and 6 years old. So 8 years later, they are now 12 and 14. I could not be here a second time around without the support of my family. So I can't thank you enough, Sandra and Jaime, just for everything that you do to help me be here. I want to share with you to close that we are blessed. There is no other place that I want to do this job in. I want to be here. I want to continue to be here. And I am so blessed to get to do this work. Like my mother would say, manos a la obra, with educators here in El Paso. I'm going to ask you, like I did, when my mother passed, the region was so kind to send me the recording when I spoke then. I got to relive all the beautiful things that I got to say to my mother. But in there, I also said that we needed to vote. And we are entering some challenging times in education that we need you. We need every educator, every person who's married to an educator to do their part. I stand here, I receive this, pero les voy a decir que este reconocimiento lo recibo y se lo dedico a los alumnos que entran a nuestras escuelas con un segundo idioma, cualquiera que sea, porque traemos con nosotros una cultura, algo que nos hace como nuestros patrocinadores, ¿verdad? Raise, yo voy a hacer raíz. Les quiero decir que todos los alumnos que tenemos el privilegio de darles de nosotros como educadores, llegan a hacer lo que uno nunca había pensado que podría hacer. Le doy gracias a todos aquí por acompañarnos y vamos a seguir dándole lo mejor a cada uno de nuestros alumnos. And to the San Elizario Eagles, keep soaring. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, here to introduce our 2023 ESC19 Elementary Teacher of the Year nominees, please welcome the 2022 ESC19 Elementary Teacher of the Year, Kelsey Anderson.
Looks a lot different up here. I was used to talking to a computer screen last year, so I wasn't nervous. I was talking to my colleagues this week about what I should write in my speech, and I was at a loss for words because y'all are the cream of the crop teachers. We are in this position because we love what we do on a daily basis. We take care of our students as if they were ours, and we will do everything and anything to get them to reach their full potential. So I am humbled and blessed that I get to speak to a room full of educational rock stars. So first and foremost, congratulations for being in this room and making it this far, because it is truly a blessing and an honor. My favorite part of every year is getting to know my students and my students getting to know me and building those relationships. We play games, complete team building exercises, and just have conversations because at the end of the day, we're a classroom family and we spend more time with our students than they do their own families. But these past 2 years hit a little bit different because we were back to normal. During the pandemic, teachers were so innovative and working the hardest we have ever worked in our life to reach children through a computer screen. Many of us thought we would never make it through, and we were on the struggle bus for a while. I know I was. We showed our students what true perseverance, grit, and determination look like. Becoming Teacher of the Year during that time was such a humbling and reassuring experience, and really solidified that I was in the right profession. I didn't always want to be a teacher, to tell you the truth. I went into journalism and I tried to get into broadcast journalism, but standing in front of you guys speaking tells me that that was not the right profession for me. So I came home and I started in education because I loved kids. When I completed my internship and stepped into my own classroom for the first time, it brought me to life. Seeing kids connect with you and their light bulbs going off, having fun and loving learning makes everything worth it. As I stand here as Region 19 Teacher of the Year, I'm grateful, thankful, and blessed. And I would like to thank the following people: God, my boys, my team at Cactus Trails Elementary, Miss Thomas and my admin for always supporting and believing in my crazy ideas, Socorro Independent School District, Region 19, and my students and parents, past and present, for shaping me into the teacher I am today. So now, let's meet our teachers.
Representing Anthony ISD, Jessica Flores.
Hi, I'm Jessica Flores, and I teach 4th grade math and science. I teach at Anthony Elementary School at Anthony Independent School District, and I've been teaching for 10 years. I chose education as a profession and elementary because I had a lot of great elementary school teachers. I can name my pre-K through 5th grade teacher, and watching them teach and inspire students, that's what I took on from there. I had a teacher in elementary school in 5th grade. Her name was Mrs. Baumler. She taught us so much, but especially the social studies, which is a hard concept to learn. And she made it fun. And just watching her come up with different activities for us to do, interact with one another, I thought to myself, that's who I want to be like when I grow up. To inspire students is I just want them to be great communicators, express themselves, express their thoughts and feelings. You know, every morning I have them come in and greet one another, especially because after the pandemic it was hard. So watching them interact, discuss things about their day or their weekend, it brings joy to my face knowing that they have somebody to talk to.
Representing Canutillo ISD, Alma Ramos.
Hi, good afternoon. My name is Alma Ramos. I teach at Congressman Silvestre and Carolina Reyes Elementary School. I teach 3rd grade dual language, and I teach the math portion. I actually had 2 educators that truly inspired me. One of them actually visited me in the hospital when I had my son. She also helped me write essays to get scholarships for college. and that's what I wanted to mirror at an elementary level. To inspire my students, I like to take it a little notch deeper. It is far more than the academics. I begin with the social emotional, and then from there I start building a community in the classroom. I create bonds where we become a family, and then from there the academics just happen because they will do anything for you once you have that bond with the student.
Representing Clint ISD, Gwendolyn Holland.
My name is Gwendolyn Holland. I am a teacher at Red Sands Elementary in Clint ISD. I currently teach 2nd grade, and I have taught for 13 years. Something that I do to inspire students is I live with the motto, and the motto is, every child deserves every day, all the time. And so when I look at a kid, I look at them for who they are right then and there, and where they aspire to be. Not necessarily where I see them going, but where they see themselves going, and kind of foster that belief in themselves to understand that you can get there. You know, little steps will take you the long way. And I tell them all the time, it's a journey. It's not a destination that you're trying to achieve. And so the kids come to my classroom knowing that there's a growth mindset involved. And I tell them, when you come into my class, day 1 will be completely different than who you are day 180 when you're walking out of my class. But I tell them, you walk out of my class, but you never walk out of my heart.
Representing Del City ISD, Elsa McCrae.
Hi, my name is Elsa McCrae. I'm teaching 1st and 2nd grade at Gala City ISD. I always tell the students to never give up. No matter what is the situation, never give up. Always trying, do better, be kind, be respectful. And something I think is very important, and I try to say every day, is everyone is different. But that's what makes you special. Nobody looks like you. Nobody else thinks like you. I always say, dream big. Like, don't listen to the bad comments. Always keep going and try to do your best all the time.
Representing El Paso ISD, Amy Martinez Perez.
Amy Martinez Perez. I currently work at Don Haskins Pre-K School. I'm a 5th grade dual language teacher, and I just finished my 4th year. I'll be going into my 5th year of teaching. So in the past years, what I've done is I really like to connect with students. And I do this a lot through social emotional learning. They understand that I'm there for them, that relationship, we won't be judgmental, we understand each other. Sometimes we get frustrated just like any other relationship, but we know that we can communicate with anything. Any question they have, any suggestion, it's open communication, and we're always willing to work around it together. And as for like talking, collaborating, I really like to get to know my students and see what they like. And then I will go back to the drawing board and redo my lessons based on the students. And I like to be able to touch up on every single student that I've had and kind of be able to get them to love reading, like math, science, anything else. And then I do have the privilege of doing this with 2 languages, being a dual language teacher. So I'm able to really talk and communicate with them through several languages. So even if they don't understand me in one, there's always a second one that I'm able to go ahead and reach out to.
Representing Fabens ISD, Michelle Lorio.
My name is Michelle Lorio. I'm a very proud teacher at Johanna O'Donnell Intermediate School in Fabens, Texas. And I've been teaching there for 3 years, but previous to that, I actually taught 24 years at the middle school, and I've taught a total of 30 years. The sense of being able to enjoy, the students being able to enjoy being in class. The ability to be able to be learning, but also really have fun, and most importantly, do everything I can to really make an impact on them, long lasting. Because of being in Fabens, it's such a small community. When I became a teacher there, I would have kids of people that my dad had taught. And so seeing the legacy that they, and the impact that they, my dad and my mom both had on that community was very inspirational. And to me, that's the biggest thing about teaching, is making those connections and making those relationships with the kids. That's what I strive for. Of course, we know that we're trying to get the kids to learn, and that's most important thing, but it's the relationships that I build with the students that are the things that I treasure the most.
Representing Fort Hancock ISD, Susana Estrada.
My name is Susana Estrada. I'm from Fort Hancock and I teach at Benito Martinez Elementary, 5th grade, E-Learn at Fort Hancock ISD. I remember being a very young child and I used to help my neighbors. They didn't speak any English, so they would come over to my house and I would translate letters for them. And that's when I started noticing that I could help others, I could do a difference, and so I wanted to teach children. In my community, especially, I wanted to do it in my community. I never wanted to leave my community because I felt that I could make a major difference there. What do I do to inspire my students? I like to build curiosity in them. When I come into the classroom, I like to motivate them, and I like for them to believe in themselves, that they can do anything, that anything is possible when you're able to believe in yourself. The advice I would give myself as a first-year teacher would be enjoy teaching, slow down. There is time to get to know your students well and just make a great impact.
Representing San Elizario ISD, Jocelyn Zúñiga.
I'm Jocelyn Zúñiga. I teach at Alarcón Elementary for San Elizario ISD. I teach 6th grade social studies and science, and I've been teaching for 7 years. But I've been doing 6th grade for 3 years. If I could travel back in time to my first year of teaching, I would, first of all, hug myself because it was a really hard year. But tell myself that it's gonna be okay and that scores don't define who you are as a teacher. That you do the best that you can do, and when you show that love to the students are gonna love you back, and they're gonna give it the 100%. That you don't have to be that hard on yourself because you're doing a great job.
Representing Sierra Blanca ISD, Diana Lopez.
My name is Diana Lopez, and I currently teach 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade math, science, and art at Sierra Blanca Elementary. I have been in education for about 17 years. Well, I chose education a few years back. I was already working at the school district. I was a permanent sub, and I had a group of students who were really struggling. And I spent most of that year just trying to boost their morale, try to build confidence, just to get them to realize that they had it in them to achieve anything that they put their mind to. Just seeing them grow just really pushed me to become a certified teacher, to want to do this every day and to see students succeed. To inspire my students, I believe in them, and I make sure that they know that I believe in them, and that they believe in themselves. That's my #1 goal, because I think that when they believe in themselves, you know, there's just endless possibilities. And so that's my goal, is to make sure that every student believes in themselves and knows that I believe in them as well.
Representing Socorro ISD, Iracema Torres.
My name is Iracema Torres. I teach at Vista del Sol Elementary. I teach 4th grade monolingual, and I'm a proud representative of Socorro ISD as the Elementary Teacher of the Year. What I do to inspire my students are many things. I believe that the way that I motivate them is by showing that I am a human being, that I make mistakes, that I am not perfect by all means. And I show them that I genuinely care about them by building those relationships that they so much need. It's not just teacher and student relationship, but hey, I'm here because I truly care about you. I care about your education, and we're gonna do this together. We're a team and we're gonna accomplish this together. So that, I believe, is the biggest motivation that a child can have, knowing that somebody truly cares about them and that they're gonna do everything in their hands to get them where they need to be. If I were a time traveler and I could go back to my first year of teaching, I would say, you know what, Irasema, you're doing a good job considering the situation in which you are in. And I would say, don't give up. And it's okay that you cry. It's okay that you cry. Those tears of frustration, of feeling like maybe you're not doing enough. But after receiving those messages of students that you had your first year and kind of reassuring that, you know what, I remember you because you made a difference in my life, is what's going to get you through the rest of your career.
Representing Tornillo ISD, Virginia S. Trujillo.
Hello, I'm Virginia Trujillo. I currently teach in Tornillo Elementary at the Tornillo ISD district. I have been teaching pre-K for 3 years. I've been teaching for 22 years, I believe. I do a lot of things to inspire my students, especially now the pre-K. I love being silly with them. I love to enjoy it. I love having fun with them. I dance, I sing, I sit with them, I talk with them. I'm in there with them. Everything they're doing, I'm right there with them. Non-stop, I get home with my feet are swelled. But the day, as long as I know that I'm tired, I hit my goal, I know I impacted my students on a daily basis. This is what I do. If I were a time traveler, and the first advice is don't give up. My first year was the hardest. I taught in a parochial school, and it got to the point that my principal told me, you're not fit to be a teacher. You're not fit to be a teacher. And I dug that into me and I believed it. So by the end of the year, I was about to quit. I wanted to become a Border Patrol agent. And I said, no, you're not gonna quit. You're not gonna quit. So that's my advice to myself and to all teachers. Don't give up. The first year, yes, it will be the hardest, but if you push yourself through it, you'll make it. And here I am, 22 years later.
Representing Isleta ISD, Alexandria Sapien.
My name is Alexandria Sapien. I teach at Parkland Elementary School. I've been a teacher for 2.5 years. I started in 2nd grade for my first 2 years, and then this year I just recently moved to kindergarten. To inspire my students, I relate to them. I see a lot of the times that when I'm teaching, they really struggle with maintaining the concept, or they get frustrated with homework or assignments. And I myself am a student. I'm getting my master's degree. So I always tell them, I know it's hard and I know, it's difficult and sometimes we want to scream and we want to shout, but I tell them that we can get there. And I usually show them different people, like different leaders such as Martin Luther King or Rosa Parks, and people like Albert Einstein, or artists, those who want to be artists, that show they didn't start off good in school. Sometimes they struggle too, but that doesn't mean you give up. You keep going, and like them, or even like myself, you can be a leader, you can be an advocate, you can be anything you want to be as long as you don't give up. So I feel like by relating to my students and how they feel in the classroom and the frustrations they have, I think they see the real me, and they see that they can do anything they put their minds to also. So showing my emotions, really, I'm not afraid to do that with my kids, and I think that really inspires them and pushes them to keep going forward too.
And now, returning to present the ESC19 Elementary Teacher of the Year finalists and the 2023 ESC19 Elementary Teacher of the Year, here are Max Villarronga and Socorro Rodriguez.
Let's give these wonderful teachers a round of applause as they come up here on stage. Climbing up those stairs in those beautiful dresses is no small feat. Socorro. I think you owe me a couple of other envelopes as well. ¿Verdad? ¿Verdad?
This is the one.
Yes, let's do this in the right order. I'm pretty sure this happened to a very famous man once, just a few years ago, Mr. Steve Harvey, and I did not want to have that moment, and we almost just had that moment. That's right. Even an old Marine can read, right? All right. So without further ado, hello again. At this time, I'd like to present the 2023 Region 19 Elementary second and first place runners-up. So our second runner-up, if I can have a drum roll, please. Look at that, a real drum roll. Virginia S. Trujillo. We're making sure we get this all right now. All right. Now, for our first runner-up, if I can have a drum roll, please, sir. Michelle Lorio. Congratulations. And I'm honored for the moment that you all have been waiting for. I know yesterday we had fun with this, but it's real now. If I can have the drum roll, please. Our 2023 first place elementary winner, Jocelyn Zuniga.
Thank you. My heart is full. I'm overwhelmed with gratitude to have been bestowed this recognition. I want to thank and applaud this year's Teacher of the Year nominees for their outstanding service in their district. You guys are truly amazing, making an impact in our children's lives, which is why I'm honored and humbled to represent El Paso as Region Teacher of the Year. This award is not about the recognition of an individual. It's the recognition of a community. Each of us, administrators, parents, students, staff, custodians, family members, and teachers make up that community. The whole is far greater than any one part. I for sure know that I wouldn't be able to do my job without the support of the people previously mentioned. I want to take a moment to thank my beautiful district for all the support they have provided me. Dr. Jeannie Mesa Chavez and her leadership team work hard to keep us safe and provide us with the support needed to teach our students. Our superintendent goes the extra mile by showing us she cares about us. Thank you, Dr. Jeannie Mesa Chavez, not only for taking the time to sit down with me to edit my essay questions, but for your handwritten sympathy card when my husband passed away. A kind gesture I will never forget. A big thank you to my principal, Ms. De Santos, and my AP, Ms. Gutierrez, for their leadership, guidance, and for their assistance when I feel overwhelmed. I'm beyond grateful with the support I have received from everyone at San Elizario ISD after the loss of my husband. To my family and my friends, thank you for your love and support, not only here tonight, but every day that I struggle to move forward with life. A la gran mujer de mi vida, mi mami, gracias por tu gran ejemplo de responsabilidad y tenacidad. La vida no me alcanzaría para agradecerte lo mucho que haces por mí y por el tiempo que pasas cuidando a mi bebé para que yo pueda trabajar. Thank you. I also want to thank Region 19 and Rice Federal Credit Union for this lovely evening and for making us feel like royalty throughout this process. Lastly, I want to give the honor and glory to God, who has lighted my way into this beautiful profession and has been my strength and refuge every step of the way. Being Teacher of the Year has challenged me even more to create educational opportunities for students to become self-sufficient and productive citizens. I will continue to strive to inspire students to be lifelong learners and look forward to seeing them soaring to excellence. Thank you and enjoy the rest of your evening.
Ladies and gentlemen, returning to introduce our 2023 ESC19 Secondary Teacher of the Year nominees is 2022 ESC19 Secondary Teacher of the Year and Texas Teacher of the Year, Ramon Benavides.
How amazing is that? Ms. Anderson hit it right on the nail. It's a room full of rock stars, and that's what I love about coming to these things. Is celebrating the educators that we are, and each one of you deserves this recognition. And each one of you, secondary teachers of the year, you're back. I don't know if you can hear me or not, but you deserve a pat in the back. Going into my 14th year teaching, I'll tell you this much. It was one of the toughest years ever. I'm going to be honest. It was tough. There was days when I would go home and sometimes I just second guess what I did in the classroom or second guess what I was doing, trying to making up for those lost opportunities we had during the virtual, during hybrid. And I didn't know if I was doing it right. But these teachers that are up here now, are going to be presented now, they did something right. And for that, they have to be recognized. And I'm glad we're having this in person. I'm glad we're doing this because they deserve it. It was a tough year. But at the same time, as I mentioned earlier, we can't forget those who brought us here. And those are our principals. Our principals are there. I know I've been blessed with some amazing principals. My first job was Mr. Frank Burton back in 2009 at Isleta High School. He said he was going to take a chance on someone else, but it was the last. He asked me, what kind of teacher do you want to be? And I had a little boy at that time. He was only a newborn, was maybe a few weeks old. My wife's right here. Thank you for, my wife's here. And I said, the kind of teacher my son deserves. And he says, once you said that, I took you in, and he took me under his wing, and he was my mentor for about 3 years until I moved over to Del Valle High School. Then it was Carmen Crocé. She took me under her wing too, and then just recently was Mr. Acuna, Antonio Acuna. So these principals, shout out to the principals to do what you do day in and day out, putting up with us as teachers, with everything that we do and everything we bring to the table, all the eagles, all the stuff. So thank you. Thank you, principals. Thank you, administrators. Thank you, school board members. As I mentioned earlier, thank you, superintendents, for supporting us, especially this past year. And just a testament to what Region 19 is all about. We have made some great gains, and it all starts in the classroom, but at the same time, it starts with those outside the classroom as well. like I said, I want to thank those who are part of my journey. And first of all, is my wife, my 2 little boys. I have a 13-year-old and a 3-month-old. Yes. We're started all over again. I thought I was going to retire early. I know we're going to have to work a little bit harder. It's maybe a little bit longer, but it's been amazing. And we found out right after the Region 19. So I'm hoping those secondary teachers that are back there don't have any new kids. I'll tell you right now, it's quite a journey. But once again, it's not about how I got here. It's not about me. It's about them. And now let's meet our secondary teachers of the year.
Representing Anthony ISD, Alberto Villalobos.
I'm Alberto Villalobos. I teach at Anthony ISD, both high school and middle school. I am a physical education teacher at the middle school, grade 6 through 8. And then I'm also an avid teacher, grades, it changes every year, but I'm grades 12 and 7th grade as well, and health teacher, 6th grade. The way that I inspire my students is just by being myself and building those positive relationships with them and being vulnerable, right? Making mistakes and making sure that, hey, you know what? There's a lot of things that I have to learn. There's a lot of things that they have to learn as well. So my students see that, and also making it fun. I always tell them, hey, you know what? If we're not having fun, then we're not learning. So that's one big piece of it, building those positive relationships and just having fun with the kids. If I was a time traveler, going back to my first year, some advice I would give myself is just relax, calm down. I know it's a lot of work, just the coaching and the teaching and all that, but just to be patient. It takes time learning. I know starting new, I just wanted everything to work out perfectly. And it's not gonna happen, but at the same time, that's the advice I would give myself, to just, hey, you know what, be patient throughout the whole process.
Representing Canutillo ISD, Hector Juarez.
Well, my name is Hector Juarez. I'm a science teacher. I work for Canutillo Independent School District, and I'm representing the Secondary Teacher of the Year. And I've been teaching for 19 years. I chose this profession because teaching has given me a lot. The reason I'm here is because of teachers who inspire me to be the best I can be. And that's why I chose this profession. I did have 3 teachers that inspired me to be who I am. They gave me hope, they gave me faith, and most importantly, they gave me love. And those are the 3 things that have actually made a difference in my life. It's all about building relationships. In order to help kids, they have to feel safe. And to me, the most important thing to do is to give them what they give me, what teachers gave me, which is give them hope and have faith in them and love them and make them believe that the answers are up to them, that anything's possible. If I could go back 19 years, the one thing that I would advise myself is to be myself, to have fun, to make mistakes, to not be afraid of failure, because that's where you learn. And that's what I would tell myself.
Representing Clint ISD, Abigail Muñiz Trejo.
Hi, my name is Abigail Muñiz Trejo. I teach 9th grade. I teach Algebra 1, Algebra 2, Geometry, and Advanced Quantitative Reasoning at Clint ISD Early College Academy, which is in Clint Independent School District. And I've been teaching for 6 years. If I had the power to go back into the past, I would tell myself as a first-year teacher not to sweat the small stuff. I remember being a first-year teacher, and I remember telling students, you need to bring your pencils with you every day to class. And I know it's something simple, but whenever somebody wouldn't bring a pencil to class, I remember asking, how come you didn't bring your pencil? I told you, you need to bring your pencils. And throughout the years, I've learned and I've grown as an educator, and I've realized that sometimes students don't have money to buy pencils. Sometimes students work throughout the day, they worked after school, they forgot to put their materials in their backpacks. They have real problems going on at home. And as a teacher, I was asking them to bring a pencil to class when we have thousands of pencils in the school. So not only that, but not to sweat the small stuff. Enjoy it because teaching is beautiful. It's a beautiful profession that has a lot of rewards.
Representing Del City ISD, Aletia Mata.
My name's Aletia Mata. I teach in Del City High School. I teach all the high school science, 9 through 12, and this is my 3rd year teaching. To inspire my students is I try to let them see the worth that they have.
Do you have the?
I think this world can be cruel sometimes,
paper of the template?
and sometimes maybe we measure our own worth based on what other people think.
Something from here. You go.
So I try to bring that into my classroom where they can feel comfortable and like they're worth it, and like they can be, it's okay to mess up here and there. So I've been able to see them really kind of come out because of that. The advice I would give myself if I could go back in time to my 1st year teaching would be, I guess, to make time even for myself. It was a very stressful year, and the only thing I did was lesson plan, and it became very bad. But then I realized that I also needed to maybe take a step back every now and then for things that I needed to do. And now that I know that, I can balance a little more my life and my career. So maybe that's what I would tell myself.
Representing El Paso ISD, Andriana Harkless.
My name is Andriana Deshawn Harkless, and I am a physical education teacher at General MacArthur Pre-K through 8th in EPISD District in El Paso, Texas. I actually been teaching a physical teacher for about maybe 13, 14 years now. So I've been doing really well, so I'm very proud of myself at that. I inspire students just by showing up every day. I have a smile on my face and everybody's my sugars. They love it, they love it, they love it. I love to learn about them. They love to learn about me. I love to learn about their culture. They teach me Spanish. I told them to help Sugar learn Spanish. They teach me. I teach them about my culture, and they are really fascinated. I notice everything about these kids. These kids make my day. And I know it's been a hard time these past couple of years with COVID and everything, but I always tell the kids, I respect you, you respect me, we don't have any problems, and they love it. I think respect is the most important thing that kids should learn and earn, and so they can receive that and keep going on for the future. If I can go back in time as my 1st year teacher, I wouldn't change a thing, because how would I be where I am today if I didn't start from the beginning? You always have life lessons every single day, and we learn every day, no matter how young we are or how old we are. So I wouldn't change not one single thing, because I'm Sugar.
Representing El Paso Leadership Academy, Terry Cannon.
My name is Terry Cannon. I work at El Paso Leadership Academy. I've been a teacher for 5 years. I'm currently teaching college transition for 9th graders and 6th grade college and career readiness. I chose education because I'm very passionate about mentoring and helping others. I want to be a teacher that can offer the instruction that the students need, and I feel like I know exactly what is it that they need, and just to really mentor them and help and give back to the community. One of the pieces of advice that I would give myself is to be forgiving. There's a lot of learning to do. An educator is every day evolving. You learn as much as the students do. Every year your instructional practices, your classroom practices, they just progressively get better. So don't overstress yourself out your 1st year of teaching. It will get better and you will get the hang of it, but always have the intention on the students. Always make sure that they're your first priority, that their educational paths are your first priority, and that their best interests are always at heart.
Representing Fabens ISD, Emil Chaparro.
My name is Emil Chaparro. I teach Texas history and theater at Fabens Middle School. I've been at Fabens for 3 years, and before that I taught at a private school for 3.5 years. Because I teach Texas history, I try to inspire my students to make connections to, I guess, their own experiences. In Texas history, we learn a lot about geography and culture, so they're able to think about their own culture and their own experiences living in this state and how things are different and also similar from here and from the main topics we learn about in Texas history, which mostly cover the eastern part of the state. So we do a local history component at the end of the year where they do research about Fabens and about the buildings, and they kind of tie it into some of the things I learned about throughout the whole year. If I could go back to my first year of teaching, I would go back and tell myself to bring some more creativity into the classroom. I think over the years I've learned to let students have a voice a little bit better and to bring their own interests and make their own connections. So definitely go back and say let the kids bring in their own creativity and experiences.
Representing San Elizario ISD, Lydia Solano Melendez.
Hi, my name is Lydia Melendez. I teach 7th grade science at Garcia Enriquez Middle School. I just finished up my 13 years of teaching, and I love it. If I could go back to the first year of teaching, one, I wouldn't change a thing. I had the best mentors there. I would just encourage myself. That first year of teaching just felt like a merry-go-round that everybody else was pushing. I was just on it and going around and around. But during the halfway through the year, I kind of figured it out. Everything, all the work is going to be there, but the main focus of what I was there is to be with the students, to make the students want to love school, to make the students want to love science. And so that merry-go-round, once it stopped and had that connection with the students, that was the most important thing to me. So I wouldn't change a thing because I learned a lot from my mentor, from everyone around me. I learned a lot from them. So it was the best year. The first year was my best year, and still, like, it's going. It keeps getting better for me.
Representing Socorro ISD, Vanessa M. Payan.
My name is Vanessa Payan. I teach theater arts middle school. I teach middle school theater arts at Herschel Antwine Middle School, and I've been a teacher for 13 years. I've had a lot of educators who have impacted my life. I would say that I'm a collage of all the educators in my life. Particularly, I had an educator named Lila Murphy, and she let me, I wouldn't do my work. I was writing a play. I was busy writing a play. I was in 3rd grade. But she told me if I did my work, she would let me have auditions and put on my play and direct my play, and she did. And with that one lesson, she taught me that your own passion could be your own motivator, that it doesn't have to, you don't have to discipline a kid in order to get them to do what you need them to do. You can motivate them with what they like and who they are. On a daily basis, I am myself. I am unapologetically myself. And I feel like I allow the students to see who I am, see my mistakes, see how I apologize for my mistakes, and I feel like I'm a role model daily, and I feel by the way that I live my life, it also helps the students to live their life, because theater arts is basically a life skills class. If I were to go back to my first year of teaching, I would tell myself to have more grace with myself. I think what I've learned throughout the years is just having grace, not only on myself, but my students, my coworkers, and grace is just a beautiful thing because it really allows somebody to feel better. So I think if I were to tell myself, go back and just have a little bit more grace with yourself, I think we'd all be able to just breathe a little bit better.
Representing Tornillo ISD, Amanda Reyes.
I'm Amanda Reyes. I am a 7th and 8th grade teacher at Tornillo Junior High. I am an ELR teacher. I've been teaching for 2 years now at a secondary level. So I chose education because it was something that was always very important to me growing up. It was the constant in my life. And I just wanted to serve my community here on the border. And so I feel like serving the children, whether it's in Head Start or at a secondary level, is very fulfilling. Why secondary? So it kind of stumbled upon secondary when I was doing a change of major at UTEP, and my counselor recommended secondary just because of my love for reading, and they need ELR teachers in secondary. So I've just grown to love it so much. The advice I would give myself if I could go back in time, just to be honest with my students from day one. I know my first year was a little bit hard. I was trying to be very professional, and I found the connecting was a little bit hard. But once I kept it real, and they saw me for who I was, it made all the difference.
Representing Isleta ISD, Amy Smith.
Hi, my name is Amy Smith. I teach at the Young Women's Leadership Academy, grades 6 through 12, and I teach orchestra, mariachi, and percussion. And I have been teaching for about 25 years. Music has always been a passion for me, and I knew from a pretty young age that I wanted to help others experience the passion of music that I enjoyed. And I've taught all grade levels. I've taught kindergarten all the way through 12th grade, and right now I'm really enjoying the challenge of preparing our high school students for college. So that's where I am right now, but I love all the grade levels. Every grade level has its own unique challenges with teaching. One of the teachers that inspired me to become a teacher myself was Dr. Paula Kreider. When I attended the UT Austin Longhorn Band Camp, I, for the very first time, had a female band director. And prior to that, I had only had men who were my band directors. And at that point, I realized, oh, that's something that I can do. So it was pretty special to see her as one of the first and still one of the few female director of bands at the college level. And she still inspires me today.
Ladies and gentlemen, returning to present our ESC19 Secondary Teacher of the Year finalists and the 2023 Secondary Teacher of the Year, once again, here are Max Villaronga and Socorro Rodriguez.
Let's give them a big round of applause. Let's give them a big round of applause, right? And before I start this part, I would be remiss if we didn't thank a special guest. We have Andy that has joined us this evening. He is married to Amy that's on the stage here. And Andy is our drum roll. He also is with the El Paso Symphony Orchestra, and he teaches percussion up at UTEP. So let's give him a round of applause. Well, now it's time to present our 2023 Region 19 Secondary second and first runners up. Our second runner up is, drum roll please, Andriana Harkless Sugar. Her energy is absolutely contagious, isn't it? All right, so now for our first runner-up, if I can have a drum roll, please, sir. Amy Smith. And of course, the moment we have all been waiting for, I'm pleased to announce our 2023 Region 19 Secondary Teacher of the Year. Drum roll, please, sir. Hector Juarez.
Wow, what a great honor to represent the best students, the best teachers, the best districts, and I would say the best region, Region 19. Well, they told me I have to write something, right? Milk, oh no, this is not the one. I thought it was the groceries list. No, I got you. Well, first of all, I would like to thank Rice and Region 19 for sponsoring and hosting this beautiful event. Mr. Villaronga and Dr. Aguirre, we are grateful for your generosity and hospitality. Ms. Socorro Rodriguez, we love you. Thank you. We love you. To my fellow Toys, elementary, secondary, it has been a pleasure. It has been my pleasure getting to know you. Your stories and passion to serve others have inspired me, and forever I will treasure the moments we had together. To my beloved wife and two beautiful daughters, you are my universe. Mom, Dad, thank you for always being there for me. I love you. To the best small AAA rated district in Texas, Canutillo. Canutillo, you are my home where dreams come true. Dr. Galaviz, Dr. Kearney, our superintendent and associate superintendent, thank you for your support and relentless service to our community. Canutillo Middle School STEAM Academy, Campus of Champions. It is my joy to be part of you, Mr. Judge, Ms. Sparza, Ms. Peterson, Ms. Larson, our fearless leaders. I admire your commitment and dedication to make our campus a safe place where students and teachers can grow together. Ms. Roskowski, Ms. Montiel, and Ms. Sandoval, some of the finest teachers I've worked with. Thank you for your friendship. I love you too. As the son of two migrant workers, working in the fields, picking chili and onion, being homeless, and sometimes having no food to eat, out there in the dark, there was a beckoning candle for me, the power of a teacher. The power of a teacher gave me hope, had faith in me, and loved me. And for one moment in time, the power of a teacher gave me not only an opportunity to dream, but to believe. And now I can say, like Abraham Lincoln, I am a success now because I had a friend who believed in me, and I just did not have the heart to let him down. The power of a teacher not only transcended the four walls of my classroom, but transcended my being and regenerated my heart, my mind, and soul. It was the power of a teacher that affected my eternity. You possess that power, teachers. Continue to give hope to our students. Have faith in them, but most importantly, love them. They will not remember what you said. They will not remember what you did, but they will always remember how you made them feel. Thank you. Have a good night.
What a night. You know, it never gets old to be up here and be part of this and enjoy it and see all these great teachers come up here and get recognized. Let's give them all a big hand one more time. I will tell you, it's definitely better to be here together in person to celebrate. And so let's continue that celebration. Those of you who are going to join us later on today or later on tonight, I look forward to seeing you there. Those of you who won't be, have a great evening and make this night a memorable night for those you came to see, and make sure you all are safe driving home. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for joining us for the 2023 ESC19 and RISE Federal Credit Union Teacher of the Year Awards celebration. Congratulations to our 2023 ESC19 Elementary and Secondary Teachers of the Year. And thank you to all of our teachers who make a difference in the lives of our children. Have a wonderful evening.